What's up guys, Dr. Brute 7 signing in. No tutorials this time. Let's check out the newest gameplay video of Sonic Frontiers. I'll share some of my thoughts about the overall gameplay and the enemy that we see on the video along with the environment and Sonic himself. Now I have seen another video apart from this one which showcases the environment and the world. I'll get into that a little bit later. Now let's start off by saying that this really interested me when I watched the trailer, as I have always wanted an open world Sonic game with RPG and exploration. I really was hoping for this game to be an RPG game. First off is that Sonic's character does look pretty decent. I like the way the character has been animated. Now I don't know if this video is from an alpha build because it looks pretty unpolished, even though we do not have a release date, but it's still set up for a 2022 release, which basically means it's set up to release anytime within the next 6 months. The video starts off with Sonic hitting this enemy that looks like it's using some inflatable armor. It's because of the popping sound effects that you get whenever Sonic is hitting the enemy. So that just made me to realize that maybe it's some inflatable armor. I just didn't notice any kind of lock-on reticle, nor I did see any kind of HUDs. I have no idea if there is going to be a progression system or character customization. As usually for RPG games, there are certain pointers that we look for. None of them are present, which could mean that the game could be just an open world action adventure game. Enemy levels or health bar or counters, we usually see that on open world games which follows the RPG elements. None of those are present. Here on this particular section, the game is focusing on the combat. The combat looks a bit too generic, at least for my tastes. For a character as fast as Sonic, it's very much required to have a target lock on that would lock onto the enemy, which would make the fights or action sequences more dynamic. We see 3 different types of major enemies along with one enemy class that would be present on the game, I think, like throughout the world, easy to kill. However, the other 3 types, those are the ones that you need to strategize. The first one, like I've said, is the one with the inflatable armor, has lightning attack. The second one with an armor that uses a spinning blade attack, and the third one being the largest that uses tremors and stomp attacks. So every time it stomps, it just activates these reticles where you need to rush through and then just hit certain parts of that huge enemy. But every one of them looks very generic and bland. It's just not something that you look forward to. Whenever you see a reveal game trailer of any kind of game, you know, there are certain pointers that you look for, like the environment or the character, or the most important things that I look for are gameplay mechanic. I didn't find it to be a selling point. The game just looks like a tech demo. I don't know if this game is using Unreal Engine 5, whatever, regardless of whichever engine it's using, it just looks like a tech demo to me right now. The world looks soulless and bland and empty. You don't see much going on. If you check this part right now here, you would see that, you know, it's all the generic stuff. Sonic is just, you know, climbing somewhere, just, you know, destroying a bunch of barrels, solving a little bit of puzzles here and there, and then just doing some random stuff. So it's not something that we haven't seen before, okay? Now, a game needs to have certain unique features that represents the game itself. Like I've said, the open-ended gameplay, the free roaming, it's something that we haven't experienced before. It's just at this point the game needs to maintain certain standards in order for it to sell, while maintaining the most important aspects, which are the mechanics and the story. Let's talk about the environment a little bit. It looks, like I've said, it looks pretty empty, to be honest. I don't see much going on. There is no NPCs who Sonic can talk to. Games like these, they need to have some sort of NPCs, and if you know the classic Sonic, there's a lot of place for NPCs because the world of Sonic is being captured by the tyrant scientist or doctor, you know, who turns all the living creatures into robots. So you can, let's just say that there could be a sequence in the world where you just save an NPC and free them and they could give you more quests. It just, from the looks of it, feels like it's going to have some towers or relics which needs to be explored or activated. Overall, the game looks a bit too bland for my taste and empty as of now. I don't know what they're going to do or what their plan is, but if this is the final product before making a little bit of more polishing, then I don't know, man. I just don't see any reason for me to get this. But please make sure to comment and share your thoughts. I was looking really forward to it. They could have made this into a very solid open world game if they would have included a progression system or leveling up of the character, right? Sonic could level up to defeat more enemies, more stronger enemies. That would bring into the add into the challenges, or augmentations. Obviously there is place for augmentations. It's set, the game is set in the future, and Sonic can get some sort of power-ups like we used to get in the classic games. They could act as augments. Now that would be fucking cool. Lots of things can be implemented, but it all depends on the developers. And yeah, so I'm just sharing my thoughts and impressions from what I am seeing. Yeah, that's it for this one. Don't forget to comment, because this is a discussion video. I would very much appreciate for you guys to share your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see similar contents. For now, Dr. Brute 7 signing off. Peace.